My name is Jairus Wanyera. I live with a disability called a spinal cord injury. Growing up like any other child, I went to school. My primary was interesting. At least I was in one of the best schools in Kampala. Then later on, I went to secondary level. Having had a very good academic background, I applied and luckily enough, I was given space at 3 different universities. That's when my university life starts. Of course, this is a university that has not really been looking at the aspect of inclusion so much, because I'm the only one with a wheelchair user there. I barely see people who are blind, they're not there, or who are deaf. Like, probably there has not been provision for these things. You know, provision could only be there because they have had people who are challenged like me. There are so many things that you won't find put in place. They can only be provision of something if there is need for it. And you can't blame them, you know, because they have not had demand for it. Yes, a few classes at university are accessible. Luckily enough, the class that I go to is accessible. You'll have challenges that the way to the toilets are accessible, but the toilets themselves are not disability friendly. It's also an issue. Being that my university is on a hill, you won't reach everywhere, you know. It makes you feel excluded. You feel your disability more whenever you're doing things alone, but it goes back to your mental strength. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you can change the narrative? It's about you, your own experience, to make them feel that you should be included. There's nothing for us without us asking for it.
In this research, we interviewed over 200 people with disabilities, particularly the youth. I happen to be one of those youth, and I actually took part in moving around, collecting the data, and then the transcription, and obviously the data analysis. To begin with, one of the sectors we looked at was the involvement of the youth with disabilities in education.
My name is Sabiala Mustafa. My job as the Dean of Students, I have to supervise students' work. I am a permanent parent to them. I do this through 2 types of learning, cooperative learning and peer learning. I was given this job because of the experience I have. I can be able to mentor them so that they can articulate things and then meet their academic goals. In my free time, I do crafts. Though it is a free time, it's part of my education, because I had a project called Community Positive About Disability, funding projects of incapable initiatives and vulnerable beneficiaries. I had to move nearby to find them so that we can engage in developmental work like craft shoes for selling. And then for the Down syndrome lady, she makes door carpets, table mats. They can also be put to be like for decoration and also make a ceiling.
Another theme that we looked at in the research extensively was employment. In the employment world, much as it's hard for the youth with disabilities to be a part of it, we came across cases where a number of the youth with disabilities have started up their own businesses. Others are involved in agriculture. Others have also, found themselves in the tourism world. And most interestingly, others have even, gotten into the movie world.
Mwana wange, lwaki tonomererwa? Buzibu ki? When I joined the Ebons, wow. It was the happiest day in my life. When I'm on stage and the people clap, I just, I can do each and everything, and I finished all which is inside of me. I don't want people to come, yet they pay to see you, and you show them something which they don't like. You say, I want to go there on stage. Then people, they say, yeah, that is our celeb. Yes, you are the best. That is the thing I like whenever I go.
My name is Samson Chivo. I am 26 years old. I'm a person living with cerebral palsy. I work with a software company known as Dignified Limited, and I am the inclusion officer in the company. So as an inclusion officer, the company provides digital training to both persons with disabilities and those without disabilities in the area of software engineering, business analytics, data science, cybersecurity, amongst others. In my working environment, I would say my input is being appreciated as much as any other person in the company, because what we do there is that we want to practicalize inclusion, not just by saying it. So apart from myself, there are other 7 known persons with disabilities to my knowledge that are on the company currently working. So these people also are in different departments. We are all working together, and I would say because of those blend and the culture of the company, I feel wanted working with and getting noticed.
My name is Esther Udu. I am 21 years old. I have a mental health disability. I am diagnosed with CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I struggle with learning and also social interactions. My disability manifests in anxiety and panic attacks, so this affects how well I'm able to study and also how I'm able to interact with other people. I am a trainer at Azubi Africa, so in easier terms, I'm a teacher at Azubi Africa. I teach people in cloud computing, specifically AWS, Amazon Web Services. So if you as a professional or you as someone who is interested in the IT space, you come to me, you come to our company to get trained, to get a certification in cloud computing. It is an exciting job. It was something that brought me out of my bubble. I'd say I've grown a lot in terms of my social interactions. It's given me the opportunity to also better myself in my social skills.
My name is Twalib Ayub Ali. I have a hearing impairment and I'm from Arua. I am usually involved in many activities. I am a footballer and also a coach. After coaching, I became a football referee. I usually officiate matches that involve 2 football clubs with hearing impairment. Managing players with hearing impairment is challenging because they have to play and keep their eyes on the ref at the same time. Sometimes the ref waves the cloth, but since the players are immersed in the game, they go ahead and score and even celebrate, only for the game to be pulled back for a foul. I also have other leadership positions at national level. I am a board member at the Uganda Association for the Deaf, representing the youth. I'm also a chairman for the Uganda National Association of Deaf Youth, which mostly focuses on the youth. I have served in this position for 3 years. I have many friends with hearing impairment in Kampala. Sometimes we meet and hang out together. Other times we go to Entebbe Beach and swim, and we also have a place called Silent Cafe where we go and unwind with friends.
My name is Kaiwa Aloysius, and I am a farmer. So my interest in farming is high because it helps a lot. Personally, it has helped me. One way is that it keeps me busy. Second reason, farming has helped me get income, which has enabled me to support myself and my family. Third, farming has changed my community's attitude towards me as a disabled person, because now people there in the community, they respect me. Challenge can be, first challenge is communication, especially with other people who support me, like men who come to support me in gardening. Sometimes they cheat, thinking I would not hear. That is a challenge. Other challenge can be a negative attitude of the community. Community members think disabled people cannot do any work. Also, sometimes they overlook people with disabilities. They overlook them, thinking they are maybe unable or sick or stupid. They use bad words. That is also a challenge. I am around the community, but I'm trying to change the attitude of the community members by showing them that people with disabilities are able to work.
When it comes to work, I realized computer to me is the only gateway. When I joined at MRC, they didn't know what I was going to do. They were surprised, how is this man going to work out everything? But I told them I can do ABCD. I felt happy, I really felt special, because not many people can do what I can do. It really gives me a lot of joy, because it is an inclusive organization. They really try as much as they can to be inclusive, and of course, most of our tools are expensive, but they try their best. One major thing that I could say to everybody out there, that persons with visual impairment or any other disability should be given the chance. When they come to you to seek for employment in your organization, no matter what, as long as they have the qualification, give them the chance.
My name is Nangawane Sylvia Miracle. Down syndrome is my disability. Looking for a job was my worst experience ever. I was new in the world. It was really harsh in my life, because wherever I could go to an office, I used to be discriminated. Like, we sit on an interview panel, they call you, but because of just the appearance, the interviewer was like, for you, I'm not interviewing you, you are not capable of being interviewed. Just leave my office and go, without telling you, oh, you've done this, or you've done this, or you are not capable of being a worker here. It really made me feel I'm not a person to live among the environment, because of the words that I used to get from the community, in the workplaces that I went to. Until last year, when I got a chance and I joined Show Abilities Uganda, where I work right now.
I can tell you, the reality, my family, this blindness did not only affect me, unfortunately. It affected about 3 of my other siblings. So of the 8, 4 of us are with this condition. So I imagine what those parents what they go through in that night. It's not something easy. But they got a lot of counsel. People like, take these people to school. I don't know. You never know what can happen. And of course, it was mostly their mother who got that courage and kept on moving from here to here. We used to work on food. But finally, I'm somewhere. One of the most interesting aspects in this film was the hatching out of the youth advisory group. Personally, I was so much thrilled by the aspect of, being involved directly, where we, for instance, took part in the filmmaking so heavily, right from the hatching of the idea till the final project that we are actually watching.
I was really happy for this initiative. Every time I blend with these people, with the meetings we have, the research we make, I feel I'm in a space with people who think like I think, people who want to change the narrative.
I feel happy. I feel like I'm with the family. I'm with my mother, my brother, my sister.
When I go to MRC, I feel a lot of joy because it is quite an impressive experience that we learn from each other cooperatively so that we can meet goals like the good quality education that we all want to achieve.
When I'm interacting with other people here at the youth group, what makes it so special is that I meet people with different disabilities who understand what we go through, the challenges, the lifestyle. Yeah, I feel good.
The message I have to people like me, others like me, it's difficult. Let no one lie to you. You wish things were easier, but life just doesn't play that way sometimes. A lot of people might not understand you, but you have to, first of all, understand yourself and be gentle to yourself when you need to be, and be hard on yourself when you need to be. Set a target and try your best to make the accommodations that you need to get there. It's not going to be easy, that's one thing for sure. But when you get there, trust me, it's going to be worth it.